Hello, welcome back to the channel. I'm Toxicani. Today I wanted to talk about the day I got threatened and insulted by a client. To begin with, I'm in the field of sales and marketing currently. I work for a certain company where obviously I'm in sales and marketing, so I'm selling and marketing the company's products. Part of the reason I got into sales, it wasn't because I wanted the human contact and company. It's not a fun thing to be around. We know just how rude or cruel we can be. Anyway, after I got out of campus, there were no jobs in IT that were readily accepting someone with my qualifications. And in Kenya, then when you need a job, you need a very fat uncle seated somewhere who can connect you there. So whatever came across my table is what I picked, and it was sales. And currently I'm enjoying it. I wasn't planning to, but I'm enjoying it. It has its own um what can I call them, ups and downs, and most of the time the ups are really good. You get to meet people, network with big business owners, get to see the world from a different point of view each and every day because you're meeting people with different personalities. So unluckily this day I met someone with a very terrible personality. Anyway, let me start from the beginning so that you can get where I'm coming from. Now, on this day, my manager called me. I was already in the field meeting different clients. So my manager called me and told me there's a client who needed samples to be taken to a certain area in Nairobi. And I organized myself, and I took the samples that I needed to take, contacted the client to confirm the point of picking the samples, some at the point of delivery. And even just remembering what happened that day, I'm tensing up. Anyway, now, so after I took my samples, I called the client and he confirmed the place that I would meet him before I left. That was before I left where I was at. He confirmed, and then I took a mat and I started my journey with my samples. Just when I was about to get to the destination that he had said, he texted me and told me to change the destination. Now I had to alight the mat, look for another one or a boda to take me to a different location. I hope you're keeping up because the changes are going to be many. Anyway, now once I got to that different location, now the second location, I called the client and told him, I'm right here. I can't see anything that you said I should see immediately I get to the place. He told me, no, that was the wrong location. Now take a boda and tell them to drop you at this location. Now at third location. I called my manager first because it wasn't adding up. And the place that I was at wasn't so secure because there are no shops. It's not busy. It's a place that you feel like you can get killed and people will take time before they ever find a trace of you. Anyway, so I called my manager, I talked to her, I told her what was happening. She told me since it's like the client didn't want to pick the shoes, ni kunizungusha tu ananizungusha, I go back with the shoes and I now go back to the work that I was doing, my marketing. And after a while, I told my manager, since I'm already here, let me just try and get the shoes to the person so that ataona and maybe we're going to get business from them. She said okay, but told me in case I felt at any point that this thing wasn't working out, I should just get out of the place and go back to my activities. So I called the client again. He gave me the directions. I confirmed with him. Then he talked to the boda guy, obviously, so that the boda guy can know where to drop me. And then I took the boda and got to the place where I was supposed to meet the client. Only to call the client, and then the client tells me he's not even the one picking the samples. It is the Wochi. So I went to the Wochi, talked to the Wochi. I told them there's this client, so and so. There are samples that he wanted, and he said that I should leave them here. The Wochi, first of all, said they don't know such a person, but if they were meant for that company, then they're going to give them the samples. I opted to have my client talk with the with this Wochi. They talked and he confirmed everything, and the Wochi took the samples and I left. Just as I was finishing up, the client called to confirm that I had left everything, which was so weird. I even started thinking that he's probably drunk or high on something, because just a few seconds ago you've talked with the Wochi and I may confirm I've left everything with them, and then I myself confirmed with you that I've left all the shoes with them. Now you're calling me again, not even 30 seconds later. You want me to confirm that I've left the shoes. I still confirmed, and then I took my Boda back to the stage and took a mat. Now I was going now to meet another client because it was a Saturday and it's already 12. First of all, this client wasted like 3 hours of my time with nothing. Just go to this place, go to the next one, go to the other one. So I took a mat, and then when I was almost to the next destination where I was supposed to meet the other client, this other client called, now the one who I was supposed to leave the samples with, and started saying he can't locate the samples, he can't find the place where I left the shoes. And my first question obviously was, but you talked to the Wochi and you agreed with the Wochi that that was the place and I left the shoes there. So he told me I need to get off the bus and go back to the place. I told him no, because I'm going to see another client. It's at all. It's already 12. Before I could even finish what I was saying, the client started insulting me. It was so weird because all along I thought we were dealing with a grown person. Daily you're dealing with grown people. So, even when it gets to a point where you're really mad and you can't talk to someone, you just step away. And then you cool off, then you talk to the person again. But this client started insulting me. And I think the worst part was that he was either Asian or Arab. So somehow iko tu na ile some racist undertones, even though I don't think he was being racist, but just that dynamic was so off to me. Anyway, I hung up. I didn't want to continue with the insult. I hung the phone, and then I called my manager again, and I told her exactly what had happened. But I told my manager a very weird thing. I don't think I was the one he was insulting. I think he was talking to someone else around him, because the insults came out of nowhere. So I called this client again to try and direct him to the place where I left the shoes. Maybe it will be easier for him to find the shoes. When I talked to him, he still insisted that I get off the bus and go back. He'll even pay for the fare and everything. I told him no, that wouldn't be possible because I'm supposed to meet another client. And furthermore, I'm in the area where the other client is, so I need to meet this client first. I've been wasting his day, so I can't just continue wasting his day. But this time around, at least I recorded the call, because the guy just continued with the insults and the threats, saying that he knows where I work at. He knows my manager. He knows, like, he was threatening, insulting me personally, and then threatening my job. So anyway, after recording the call and hanging up, I sent the recording to my manager and also another member of the management, at least so that in case anything happens and this client comes to the office and starts maybe saying some weird things about me, they'll have the copy of exactly what had happened. So the other member of management told me the best thing to do is to block that client, which I did not do, because at the end of the day you can't just block a client. In sales, you're supposed to be nice. It doesn't matter what the other person has done, you're just supposed to be nice. Anyway, I didn't block the client, I just switched off the phone and just for like 4 hours I didn't even get to meet the other client. I wasn't in a mood to. I was so scared, I was shaking, I was angry, anxious. It was just a very weird concoction. For like, I think 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours, I wasn't talking to anyone. I was so surprised with the entire thing. It was the first time someone had actually gotten to the point of threatening my life, my job, my livelihood, everything, and insulting me like an idiot, you know. It was so, so weird. Then to make matters worse, it was a Sato. So after I got to the house, relaxed, calmed down, obviously I had to take two for the road at least to have my nerves calm completely. The next day, it was on a Sunday, this client is still calling my phone and texting me that he hasn't found the samples, he's still looking for the samples. It was so, so weird. Now I started thinking that it was, maybe I should have followed the advice from the other management member. Anyway, at the end of the day, he found the samples because they were at the place that he wanted them to be. He found them. So I think the previous day and maybe early Sunday, he was still high on something or he was still drunk. He wasn't in his senses. But we haven't talked from that day, from now that Sunday. So as part of sales, some of these things that some people subject you to, they are so weird and so unethical. You can find a client that will talk to you like you don't deserve to be treated like a human being. But majority of them, I think they know where you're at, especially those who own big businesses. When they meet someone like me in sales and marketing or in the service industry, since most of them have been there, they sort of sympathize with you, and they give you the benefit of the doubt. No matter what you do, no matter how your first transaction goes, they still stick with you. But some of these people are entitled. Oh my god, they're so entitled. Anyway, that was my story time. Yeah, right now I can laugh about it, but that Saturday was so, so bad. Anyway, thank you. Have a nice time.